Good morning, students. Once again, you're welcome back to our lecture on methods of teaching JSS Mathematics, EBS 356G. Now, the last time we ended our lesson on multiplication of fractions. We want to continue from there and talk about the division of fraction by fraction. Now, let's start. If I have an example like 2 on 3 divided by 1 on 2, how are you going to interpret this one? We are saying that we can read this one as how many halves are in 2 thirds? How many halves are in 2 thirds? Okay? So if I want to assist the children to do this or to perform this particular task using the paper folding, then it means that you give them a sheet of paper like I'm holding here, and then you fold the paper into 3 equal parts. So you guide them to fold the paper into 3 equal parts like I have here. So diagrammatically, I can put it as this. Okay. So I'll have something like this. Okay. Or I can have it in this way. You can also do it in this way. This one too is accepted. When you are done with that, we choose 2 parts like this. To represent my 2 on 3. Now, how many halves can be gotten from 2 thirds? So this 1, 2, you're going to divide this 1, 2 into 2 equal parts. So I'm going to divide it into 2 equal parts like this. Okay? Now you'll notice that how many of the shaded portions are there? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 of the shaded portions. And you will notice that when you go to each half, after you are divided into the halves, when you go to each half, how many divisions are there? We have 3 divisions there. And so it implies that 2 over 3 divided by 1 on 2 is equal to 4 over 3. Now, at a point in time, you will notice that this one is a fraction that can be changed into mixed fraction. That's the whole number and some fractions there. And so if I want to do that, let's still maintain the diagram. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So the diagram was first divided into 3 equal parts. Then we chose 2 here. Then we divided it into 2 equal parts. The same diagram I'm trying to link to this point. Now, if I should take one of the shaded portions here and maybe add to this one, so that this one is no more there. Let's assume I'm bringing one of the shaded portions here. This one was shaded. I'm trying to bring one of the shaded portions here to fill this gap. You will notice that we are having one of the halves being filled to a hole. Okay, so this one is no more there. I have brought what I have here to this point. or to this part. So this is what I have. Now you notice that one of the halves is now being shaded. All of them have been shaded to be a whole. And so I can have a hole here. This one to be the whole. And then when we go to this part, you will notice that I have 3 divisions. But out of the 3 divisions, I have one part shaded. So that is the 1. Then out of how many divisions? 3 divisions. And so we can also convert this number, this fraction 4/3, into a mixed fraction as one whole number 1/3. So I just want us to take a look at this one once again. We have 2/3 divided by 1/2. That is 2/3 divided by 1/2. And we are saying that how many halves are in 2/3. That is the interpretation there. So let's model 2/3. So this is 2/3 here, which we can model in this way. That is, divide the paper into 3 equal parts, and then you guide the children to choose 2 parts or to shade 2 parts, like I am doing here. And so this is going to represent the 2/3. Now we are now going to have this 2/3 also divided into halves or into half. So I'll do this in this way. So I've divided it into 2. And you will notice that I've gotten 4 of the shaded portions. And then the question is, if you count for each half, how many divisions were there? We have 1, 2, 3. And that is going to be the denominator. And what is telling us that 2/3 divided by 1/2 is equal to 4/3. And I was saying that when we have this fraction, okay, we can also convert this fraction into what we call the mixed fraction in this particular situation. And so how are we going to guide the child to do that? You will notice that if I make an attempt to rub this one and then put it here, let's assume this same one of them is coming here, then I'll have something like this. So I'm going to fill this one. It's the same thing. And so you now notice that this half part, this part, is now full. They've all been filled. And so we consider that one to be one whole. And then we come to this part, you notice that it is 3 divisions. And out of the 3 divisions, one part is shaded. And that is the numerator. And then you ask them how many divisions are left in this part. 3. And so that gives us one whole number, 1/3. And so that is how the division of fractions or a fraction by a fraction can be done. Okay, thank you.